Hello, 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 hello. It is Tardis Wiki Roulette, the show where we spin at a wheel and then look at the wonderful Tardis Wiki and then maybe read some articles and find some gems along the way. I am your resident miner of said gems. I am Ryan. Pleased to meet you all. Join our Discord. Join our Discord. That is the first thing that was in the chat, so that's very important to put up there. Yeah, join our Discord where we have all kinds of fun and games. We're going to be playing D&D soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. You should join, maybe not. Who knows? Who dares to dream? Hello, Going Metal. How are we doing on this wonderful day? So the way this show works, I should probably do the explanation bit right now. It would probably do well to further the premise of this wonderful program, is that you guys put articles, or names of articles, rather, I should say, to me through this wonderful chat box that you see down there, and then I will put them in the wheel. And then when they go into the wheel, aka Alan, aka the ruler of all of our fates, aka you will not disobey him in any way, the wheel of names, and then the wheel will spin. And then once the wheel has spun its song and we have listened to its beautiful song, it will give a result, and then we will look at that result, and then hopefully, we can only hope, comedy will ensue. At least that's the theory. Canonicity! Once again coming in, always the bridesmaid. Let's see if that changes today. Canonicity! Alright, let's go. Canonicity. I will put it right in there. Grand families. Grand families will also go in there. One, the Book of the War. Ooh. I see we're going all out today. We're going straight into the faction paradox stuff. That's cool. I'm into it. Great Detective Agency. Woo. I don't tell anyone, but I have had a couple of drinky poos today, so I am ready to party. Who is ready to party? Give me your best suggestions, guys. Rogue is going to be on in a couple of hours, and I think we all need to get in the party mood. Great Detective Agency. I will put that one on, and I will copy and paste the Gadolf Schmittler one, because I will not be able to type that out correctly, and it will lead to a lot of embarrassment, both for me and for you, and you should be embarrassed enough watching this show. Right, here we go. Let's put Grand Families right down there. Aztec calendar of the Aztecs. Doctor Who and the calendar of the Aztecs, as it were. It's a good one. Aztec calendar. Oh dear. I can't wait to find out what's in that one. I really hope it lands on it. Every time that gets suggested, I get a little bit excited, because I know it's going to be good. My titties tingle. Cabbages. Let's see how the random pages are broken up. It should go there. Hang on, let me show you the wheel I'm building, actually. Let me get you involved in the process, because at the end of the day, Tardis Wiki Roulette is a collaborative process, at least in theory. Wheels! Okay, I will put wheels in. Wheels can go in there. I'm trying a new, structure for it this time, where I put a bunch of random pages in there. What's the word I'm looking for? Preemptively. And I also put War in Heaven in there, and Absorbaloff, I believe. So we have a few hazard spins on the wheel as well today. CIA, I already put that one in. That's definitely an article and not just a typo. Definitely, I know what you're like. I know what you're all like. Nigel Farage, yep, I'll put him in. Let's see. I would like to spin Nigel Farage around very, very fast. cabbages wheels. I got both of those. I think I've... Oh no, Mimic Octopus. That is also another good one. I'm sure. I don't know because I haven't read it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be good. It's usually good. I enjoyed doing the Wikipedia roulette a while ago. I enjoyed looking up jizz. That was fun. I enjoyed looking up was it breast? We looked up jizz and breast in the Wikipedia roulette. So it was about the level of sophistication that you can come to expect from something Blue Audio. Boris Johnson. Items of Rassilon. Okay, those are both pretty good ones. Boris Johnson. Fix that real quick. Items of Rassilon. Let's do that one. There we go. It's on there. Remake plus mentor unproduced novel. I know that you asked for remake last time, so I'm gonna assume that's like that. And then mentor unproduced novelle. Produced. This is going very well, I think. I think this is going excellently. A tremendous success. Maybe even the greatest Doctor Who livestream of all time. Maybe. Who knows? Not me. I'm just along to try and, like, you know, ride the wave that goes out. Let's see. Items of Rassilon. Did I put that on already? I did. Kim Il-sung. I will put Kim Il-sung on there. Absolutely. I'm sure that there's something good about Kim Il-sung on there. Bessie the Yellow Edwardian Roadster. Also very good. Really interested to see where that little rabbit hole takes us. They always get taken somewhere. I think there is no items of Rassilon page. There is an artifacts of Rassilon template. So does that mean I should take it off the wheel then? What should I do here? I'm sure there's something good about Kim Il-sung, right? Oh no! It's already begun. Filmunder, were you here for the last write from scratch? Because that got very spicy. That got very spicy indeed. My God. I feel like we're the ghost pepper of the Doctor Who community, for sure. Right. So yeah, I'll put the artifacts of Rassilon in. I think we're probably good, guys. So I'm about to, like, give this baby a spin. If no one would object to that, and it would frankly be weird if you did, you need to search template Rassilon to find it without... I cannot do that right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to put in items of Rassilon as requested, and then we're going to click on whatever is there. Feels like a much more honest way to approach this problem than me attempting to do something that I will inevitably forget, and it will lead to a lot of embarrassment for me and for you, mainly for me, which at the end of the day is what's really important. Let's spin the wheel. Yeah! I don't know what this is, but it sounds like a banger. Love a bit of bass. Cabbages! Who doesn't love a good cabbage? Certainly not you guys. You guys adore cabbages, as I know. It's a wonderful, strange thing that I try not to judge anyone for. But the level of investment into cabbages is quite profound, I would say. Is profound the word I'm looking for here? Or is it more like rapturous? Who knows? Who dares to dream? Let's look at the article. Cabbage! Cabbage was a type of vegetable. The air of Bellerophon smelled of boiled cabbage and boiled eggs. The Sixth Doctor's companion, Perry Brown, saw a giant snoring red cabbage in a dimension created by a personality reality warp comprised of her idle thoughts. He kept a cabbage leaf in his sea chest. According to one account, the Ninth Doctor, Jack Harkness, and Rose Tyler defeated the Nestine Consciousness and the Autons by throwing cabbages at them. A prose, Dr. Ninth. However, in other accounts, the Nestine was defeated when Rose knocked a vial of antiplastic from the grasp of an Auton into the Nestine, causing it to explode. TV, Rose. What the fuck is that? I've never heard of that shit. That can't be canon. Nick P, who was near some of the dummies when they began to die, nearly hurled from the smell when she compared to cabbage. Prose Dummy Massacre? Is this a tie-in novel to the episode Rose? Because that's fun. The 10th Doctor defeated the glutenoid with food blocks, one of which tasted of cabbage. Ow. The planet Tyro was home to giant cabbage planets. The First Doctor took shelter in one during his journey to see Argon. When Vastra and the 11th Doctor arrived in 1970s Earth, the Doctor noted that it smelled like boiled cabbage. They've got a real thing about boiled cabbage, I notice. It's fun to say, by the way. You guys should think about typing boiled cabbage in the chat and see what it does to the algorithm. After letting off a loud fart at Parkvale Comprehensive School's assembly, Headmaster Greg Blakeman claimed that his wife had given him cabbage and beef tartlets from the previous night, which he cited as another reason to despise Jamie Oliver. That's good. That's good. Boiled cabbage! I'm seeing a boiled cabbage in the chat from my wife. Very, very happy to see that. Always very pleasing. Yeah, that's the end of the article about cabbage. I think that we should go to a new article. Maybe one that's not about cabbage. Wouldn't that be something? Can you imagine such a world? I can't, and that's why I reject it and want to start a fundamentalist order to quash out any idea of a world without cabbage. Anyway, let's spin a wheel. Alan, do you want to be spun? Oh shit, that's the other show. But I guess so it's fine. Sweet. Alright, let's look it up. Let's get on with the getting, shall we? Let's look up. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not going to do it a third time. It's fine. It's fine. You know what they say? Rule of two. R was, according to the protocols of the City of the Saved, the first human. In the city, R was known as the Great Mother of humanity, first ancestor and source of all. Thousands worshipped her. In the city, missed the many individuals from her original life which didn't qualify to be resurrected. She lived with many of her descendants in the recreation of the African plains in Mapamundi Great Park. Lewis Groves tried for years to intervene, as with the Book of Everyone. Each day, Greaves would greet and follow her around for a while. It took 8 years before ever said anything to him. Piss off! What a way with words. I'm glad that the first human was also a very, very direct and concise orator. A real Hemingway of her time, it has to be said. After another decade, they were close friends. Nice. Love to see a happy ending. Greaves mentioned her as when he was in the world upside down at AF291. You know what I love about this? It doesn't end with her dying. It's just like, gets to make a friend, and that's wonderful. More characters should have happy endings in Doctor Who, but not too many. Yeah. Let's spin the wheel again. Wouldn't that be something wonderful? I think it would. I think if we span the wheel again, it might be like the little tip I really need to be like really happy. And at the end of the day, wouldn't that be nice? Aren't we all just looking for happiness? Aren't we all just looking for... Oh, fuck, my finger slipped. What's it gonna be? Oh my god, the suspense is literally killing me! CIA, okay. There we go, let's put it in. And there we have it. So like, are we gonna need another wheel to solve this little dilemma right here? How do we go about navigating this little quandary, guys? Which CIA do we mean? Do we mean the Celestial Intervention Agency? Or do we mean the other one? If I say it out loud, it will cause this stream to suddenly stop working for a minute. Let's do the first one. Flip a coin. That's easy for you to say. I am not Wendigoon. Let Alan choose. No. No. You're all being very irresponsible, and I love it. It's awesome. Love to see it. Celestial Intervention Agency. The Celestial Intervention Agency, also known as the CIA, or the Agency. See? They're not even trying to hide it. Was the secretive interventionalist organization of the High Council of Time Lords that safeguarded the web of time. To achieve this, they often violated the non-interference policy and therefore had to operate in secret in order to give plausible deniability, whatever that is. That's just the... Has anyone ever, like, actually done anything interesting with the Celestial Intervention Agency? Like, paralleling them to the other guys? Because, like, I don't know. I feel like it would be really interesting if like, you did that. They're potentially a really, really fascinating, like, villain in Doctor Who. The Celestis, kinda. Okay. I don't know. Let Alan choose. No coins here. Coins are the enemy to Alan. I tell you what I'll do. I'll roll the fucking D20. How about that? That will determine what I do. Put the Celestis on the wheel. Okay. Okay. I will do that. I will do that. I'm planning on going for an hour today, guys. So let's see how that pans out, shall we? We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, the motto was the story never changes, the ending stays the same. Their operatives protected the web of time by ensuring that whatever means there was no result of history remained constant, even though details might change. That's cool. Because they often violated the Time Lord's non-interference policy, they had to operate in secret so as to give plausible deniability to the High Council. In truth, they ultimately took their orders from Rassilon and the other Matrix Lords, and the Lord Presidents were not aware of its existence until Pandad 4. There existed conflicting accounts of the Celestial Intervention Agency and other interventionist groups' origins. Thessalar, writing about the time of the Imperator's presidency, quite late in the history of the Great Houses, suspected that the intervention groups were legitimizing themselves by planting new mythologies into the homeworld's neosphere through the Caldera. According to secret information found by the Spy Master in the Matrix, although a secret interventionist group operating off the record was instituted in the lifetime of the founders of Gallifrey, it was then known as the Division. According to the Book of the War, the interventionist espionage organizations from which the Celestius would eventually arise were created much later in the homeworld's history as a byproduct of the Imperator presidency. Following the Imperator's downfall, the idea of intervention divided homeworld society. And this is just going to be a lot of like this kind of shit, yeah? Because like, okay, cool. Yeah, I imagine this is a very meaty article that might take multiple passes at it. My god. My god. That's a lot, guys. But, you know, I guess Mama didn't raise a quitter. Right. Let's see, where was I? I was over here, I believe, wasn't I? However, fuck it, I like that. Let's just go there. Yeah, fuck it. However, various accounts credited the notion that the Celestial Intervention Agency had been born early in Gallifreyan history. Some believed by the time of Romana II's early presidency of Gallifrey that the CIA had grown out of Rassilon's private retinue of guards and agents. Pros: Longmeadow. A similar but distinct account stated that the CIA, to its fullest scale, was set up by Rassilon during the last century of the Eternal War to gather information on enemy movements. Agents were recruited covertly from the academies and trained in every aspect of espionage and the gathering of data until the network of Gallifreyan spies was huge and difficult to dismantle, though Rassilon considered this a problem for another day. Okay. I feel like I'm going to have to make an editorial decision here and say that this is one of the ones that we're going to have to come back to and keep coming back to, because there's a lot in here and it's quite dense and it's a bit dry. So I am going to say that we should spin the wheel once again, and I hope that one day we come back to the CIA. And this is why you are allowed to suggest things more than once, because some articles are little bitty niblets that like aren't very long, but they're very tasty. And some of them are like that, where there's like so much, and like there's a lot to like take in, and like I try to keep these pretty brisk. Anyway, let's spin the wheel, shall we? Did I put Celestis on there? Yes, I did. Anyway, you guys didn't get to see that bit because it was lost media because the stream went down, but that was the funniest thing to ever fucking happen in TardisWiki Wiki Roulette, and it was shocking, it was bold, it was transgressive, it hit all the right buttons, it was zeitgeisty, it was a little bit sexy, and I am not going to tell you what happened. Never ever, ever. You'll just have to live with whatever you can conjure up in your imaginations, which I guarantee will pale in comparison to the real thing. Hello, Moosey. I'm just going to assume it was your fault. Right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I got a good feeling about this one. I got a good feel. No! No! There we go. We're back. We're back. Woo! The stream fears you, Moosey. There you go. There's my answer to the fucking conundrum. Let's try this again. So, hi. I think this one might be worth a clip. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so 1, the Book of the War. Several parts of the Book of the War and the Book of Lies attach significance to the moniker of Descriptor 1 as something related to the nature of the enemy during the War in Heaven. The name was used by a renegade investigator previously loyal to the Celestis, but may also have been connected to Mother, the intelligence within the Caldera's database, who was the progenitor of the time shift. I'm gonna read it, but I'm not happy about it, okay? This is fucking chicken scratch. Okay, in the Book of the War, after President Umbased opened... Okay, after... I will proceed. This will not defeat me. Fuck you. Whoever thought this was a good idea, it probably was, but once again, not happy about it. After President Umbaste opened his biodata to the Caldera, he was launched into a year-long fugue state as his mind wonders the metastructure of history. What is the metastructure of history? Fuck you, we don't have time to find out. When he eventually returned, all he could say was a single word, over and over, when stripped of his time-active connotations. The word could be translated to the English language as one. After several days of this, he killed himself. However, the secret minutes of House Dvora suggested there was more to his... What the fuck is this? The Rivera manuscript describes a great house renegade's imprisonment by mysterious forces. Commentary. Alright, Musi, for context, this is like this is like you know the iceberg videos? This is like right at the fucking bottom of the iceberg. That's where we're at right now. And we've reached there in like 30 minutes. So this is wild. This is wild. Where am I? These enemy representatives were never directly described. Much of the manuscript described a practice-induced mental journey undertaken by the renegade and his interrogator. One scene, set on the homeworld, referred to a humanoid form, a non-carbon presence, and something the renegade called the first, the many, and the indivisible, which may have been a bad translation. Oh god, with someone, presumably the renegade. Oh, I imagine reading like faction paradox shit is like that might be a table. Oh, but it might not be a table. Oh, but it could be a table. Oh, but it could be Rassilon. That's what I imagine reading faction paradox is right. Let me know in the chat if I am correct. They say the Doctor Who, I know gang, they say loud on 6 PM BBC. I know. It's like the conspiracy theory board with string sometimes, yes. Fair. Oh dear. One scene set on the homeworld referred to a humanoid form, a non-carbon presence, and something the renegade called the first, the many, and the individual, which may have been a bad translation. I already read that part. Oh my god. There seemed to be a difficulty translating a later section of the manuscript into English, but some sections were legible. An interpolation reading, "Why does it hate us?" and later, an extended conversation, including the renegade, the interrogator, and perhaps other voices. In what you're planning, it might be, it could still be. Remember, inside the skin of the sun, it's an option, it wouldn't work. What if someone tried it? What if you were called to account? It's an option, always an option. You keep the sun in a bottle. You want to know what happens if you lose control, don't you? Okay. That's in the Rivera manuscript, is it? The fuck? I've got it. The streamer's experiencing a series of violent unknown events because we're too close to the truth of the enemy. That makes sense. Something Blue at Something Blue Audio. What's inside Gallifrey's son? Omega. The book's commentary also confidently noted that the Renegade's physical captors, who were originally mere proxies, rather than the enemy itself being present, it made note of the idea that one was a title known to be taken by the head of the Celestis investigators, but proposed that this was likely a coincidence because the Celestis weren't mentioned anywhere else in the text. Notably, another account showed that Investigator 01 went rogue during the war following the fall of Mictlan after a brush with death at the hands of the Tim Lords, which had left him humanoid but somehow less than real. His features were blurred, like an unfocused photograph of a man. In fantastical travels in an infinite universe. Carmen Yen's Fantastical Travels in an Infinite Universe contained an account quoted as an appendix to the Book of the War of a momentous interview between Compassion and the War King, during which the two discussed their respective views on the identity of the enemy and brokered an uneasy alliance when one of the War King's advisors asked what the assurance she could give of the safety of the breeding pair of pilots she demanded as payment for joining the war. She willfully misinterpreted it as a request for an assurance of the reality of the threat they had faced. Answering that imaginary question, she tapped the golden circlet the advisor was wearing, used to link one's mind into the matrix, and said, "What do you have for assurance? I can answer that one quite easily. As a matter of fact, I think you can answer it yourself quite easily. You know where to look, and you know where to find." Fucking unbearable, man. These fucking faction paradox fucks. Jesus Christ. Is this the lost book of the Bible? Yes. Other accounts connected to the war suggested there was a powerful mind within the great house's grand computer, which had birthed the time ships, and was believed by some to have predated the pilots, creating the whole world's humanoid race to fake an origin to itself. An aphorism of the enemy contained in the Book of Lies read, "One does not love or hate, one is not a person nor a gestalt." You guys, I think we should spin the wheel again. I made it. I fucking made it to the end of this fucking Faction Paradox article. When I fucking get monetized, I'm gonna make you motherfuckers pay me to get to the end of these Faction Paradox articles. My god. Reasons I love Faction Paradox. 1, the feeling of insanity I get when reading these articles and piecing things together. The fact that it's the only place where white Hesperus makes sense, free the metaphysics, is pretty cool. I am sure it is actually cool, but it's incredibly inaccessible, and at the end of the day I am making like content, so like it scares me, because you might get the most fascinating thing you've ever seen, and you might get like a pile of boring old shit, and either way, like, it is really, really, really like high effort to like get through, even if you enjoy it. Like this one, for example. This one was pretty fucking solid. This was really good. However, it also like took the life right out of me for a second because of just how crazy it is. And I'm sure you understand. Like Moosey saying, Doctor Who is insane enough for me. Doesn't this sound like like genuinely, like the actual ramblings of an insane person? Translation to all of this, the Matrix is sentient and may have its own agenda, may be the enemy or allied to the enemy. The Time Lords are very spooked by the prospect. And it also may not, though. And also, the Matrix may literally be the Matrix from the movies The Matrix. And also, whatever the magic stuff is in Grant Morrison's The Invisibles, I forget. Because that's the wonderful thing about, like, the War in Heaven and all of that juicy stuff, is that you can just have it be whatever you want. I think that one day the enemy was just Care Bears. I think another day the enemy was Homelander from The Boys on Prime Video. I think another day the enemy was that little like twinge you get in the back of your neck when you do something that you know wasn't a good idea. And I think the next day the enemy was probably like a giant kaiju or some shit. What the fuck is the enemy? We're not ready for it. I'm going to make a video about it one day. It's too complicated to explain. Lawrence Miles suggested one option was literally an infinite number of monkeys. Oh, that's good. The beings who fought the Time Lords in the War in Heaven, their identity is a secret. We're never meant to find out for sure, akin to what is the Doctor's real name. Yeah, like they might be the Daleks, they might be the audience, they might be the writers, they might be the Doctor. Like, you don't know, basically. And that's like the whole idea. That's what the War in Heaven is, essentially. It's the mystery box with no answer. By design. They are not the Daleks definitively. You don't know that! Because it could change. You don't know that. Yes, we do. How do we know that? How do we know that for a fact? How do we know that for a fact? Nah, when that they're not just the Daleks. How do we know that? Is it because some Time Lord fucking says that they're not? We've been very specifically told they're not the Daleks. By who? By who? That's what I'm asking. Is that like an authorial thing, or is that like a character who said that? Do you know what I'm saying? We've been told homunculate by Lawrence Miles. Okay. We've been told homunculate, for otherwise homunculate is not a reliable man. Oh, well, I don't know. Are you sure, though? But Lawrence Miles is no longer in charge of faction. Oh, no. Oh, no. I see the War in Heaven as just the second source on the Time War. Ooh. Oh, somewhere Lawrence Miles just got very fucking angry. No, it's okay. He retired on purpose for mental health reasons. Well, I hope he gets better. Genuinely. Like, I know that I, like, rib on Lawrence Miles a lot. But, like, I do want him to be, like, happy and healthy and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want everyone to be happy and healthy and shit. Everyone. Not everyone. Some people, not everyone. A first source, it came first. It's older, but oh no! Oh no! You know what? If you guys want to go ahead, I'm gonna go spin the wheel again. You guys can deal with that. My God. Spin it. Yeah, let's spin it. Let's spin it. Oh no. The restraint. I felt it. I felt the like the inhale there. What happened to Yeah Baby? That's for the writing stream. The writing Yeah Baby is for the writing stream. I use random music for Tardis Wiki Roulette. Have we considered using the tail? Is that a page? I don't think it is. We're about to find out. I said that I would click on the first thing that I saw, and I was not disappointed. We're fine, guys, because look. By the rivers of Rassilon. See? It's fine. I got to make that joke, so everything's alright. The 12th Doctor mentally swore by the rivers of Rassilon when exasperated by his earlier self's antics regarding their disagreement on proper TARDIS console control interiors. The reference to the rivers of Rassilon in Twice Upon a Time is too fleeting to clarify whether the rivers somehow constitute artifacts of Rassilon, or a similarity in naming schemes such as to such items as the harp of Rassilon is merely a coincidental when the rivers are mundane bodies of water, namely named after the Time Lord Dictator. I did it, guys. I read the article. Aren't you proud of me? I hope you're proud of me. Please be proud of me. Alright, let's spin another one, guys. Right. Whoop whoop! Almost landed on random page there. That was lucky. Bo! Okay. Let's go! Boris Johnson! Remember that? What was that fan film, guys? What was that fan film when they get a phone call from Boris Johnson and they're excited instead of horrified? What is the fan film that I'm thinking of? I need to know. I need to know, like, now. Like, right now. Isn't he a Slovene in canon? Probably. He's like something. He's some kind of horrible slimy monster, I'm sure. Let's find out. Together. Oh, I don't know that one. Please tell me if you find it. I will. I will. Someone else has to find it, though. Someone else is going to have to find it. He looks stupid. That's an unflattering representation of him, and that is funny. We're going to find out soon, Moosey, because I guarantee the answer is in this article. I guarantee it. Boris Johnson was, by the 21st century, the Mayor of London, and later, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. By some accounts, he was reborn with half-head Perot, becoming a perfect Auton host for the nesting consciousness. Another account, however, indicated that Johnson was a human. That's not as fun, though, is it? In the aftermath of the 5th of March 2005 incident, this decaying Auton called the half-head Perot housed the remains of the nesting consciousness, indignant after its defeat by a Time Lord and a human, swore a revenge so subtle it would take 15 years to complete in the ruins of a government building. The consciousness found a blonde man pinned under a concrete beam who had a substrata that the consciousness knew yielded potential for its plan. The giggling Auton initiated the transformation by taking the hand of the man. And both the Auton and the human became nothing, with a new entity being reborn in their place. Being reborn from their scattered atoms, a perfect duplicate of the human, the consciousness was extraordinarily pleased with his new suited body. The new and amused Auton thought to itself, this is going to be fun. A small, intelligent computer known as Box knew a plastic duplicate had become the Prime Minister by 2015. Boris Johnson was the mayor of London during Modos's graffiti attacks on London landmarks in 2012. When he gave a statement to the press on BBC News, he promised that the miscreant would be sorry for his actions. By 2020, Boris was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He was kidnapped by Sorb and stored on their ship Lucy Wilson, and Hobo Constantine later freed him along with the rest of the human race. He was seemingly not the Prime Minister on 1st of January 2021, as Joe Patterson won an election and was elected sloppy, but was killed by the Daleks after refusing to surrender to them. A revolution of the Daleks. Annie jokingly referred to the Russian mercenary Gregor as Boris not Johnson. That's funny. Giles told the pros team he didn't want to be Boris Johnson. Yay! Probe. Would have been funnier if he was a Slovene. He kind of looks like one. He does kind of look like a Slovene. It's true. He does. He really does. I think we should spin the wheel again, guys. Couple more before I pop off. This has been a really fun experiment, though, and I'm glad to see that you all turned up. Very heartening to see. Okay, let's go again. Yeah! Spin of the wheel. Oh no! Oh no! What have we done? Ted didn't turn up. It's been downhill. It's been so much better since fucking Ted left. Let me tell you, so much fucking better. Ha 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 ha, as the toy maker would say. Your own fault. I know. Hoist by my own petard. Oh dear. I thought I was clever. You know what? It would make a good one to end the stream on, though. Pretty eps. Let's go take a look at a little bit of the War in Heaven. Just a taste. Just a soupçon. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Tiny amount. Tiny amount. Tiny little taste. Because I am planning on making like a proper video at some point, like a proper War in Heaven video, and I don't want to give away like everything. Sending prayers. Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? Okay, are we all good? No, hang on. There we go. There we go. Alright. Who is ready to begin? Sorry guys. Okay, I'll get on with it. I'll get on with it. I think if you're not doing the whole thing, it would be fun if you take an arbitrary section rather than the opening summary. Do you have an arbitrary section to recommend? Because, like, here's the thing. I'm just going to do something to demonstrate why I did that long pause and why the paralysis through analysis that actually did just happened. Are you ready for this, Moosey? You better be ready for this. Okay. This is why. We're about a quarter of the way through. Still going. Yep. 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 Yeah. It's way cooler than the fucking Time War, though. Fallen of Sutek might be topical. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, let's take a look. Hang on. One second. I will find it. I will find him! Here we go. I did it. There you go. Zack Snyder finds his way onto every fucking stream, doesn't they? The real Doctor Who Bible. Hell yeah! Hell yeah. Okay. In 1763, a group of Malak leftover from Sutek's activity in the 15th century were led to Meritra Eliana to Italy to use an Osiran lodestone to open a time tunnel to Upuat. Members of the Society of Sigimonsto di Rimini summoned Justine and Eliza to help them deal with the Malak, and they successfully dropped Eliana. However, the Corvid in Maine took Justine and Eliza to the... Oh my god. Fucking hell. Like, it's bad enough that, like, I said before, I've, like, had a drink. It's bad enough that, like, I'm not at, like, my toppiest condition. But, like, what the fuck, guys? Every third word is a goddamn tongue twister. And this is a small book. Maybe not even a small book. Oh my god. Anyway. However, the Corbin Born took Justine and Eliza to the defiled faction shrine in Civita. Justine allowed Mercita to open the door, and she herself travelled to the ship of 1 billion years. Eliza collected fragments of Osiris' scattered biodata, while as a diplomat in the Osiran court, Justine recruited Anubis to help build a new body for Osiris with a remembrance tank. Lolita told Sutek about Justine's plan, and she sent the ship of 1 billion years to destroy them at Anubis laboratory. Realizing she had run out of time to collect the final pieces of biodata, Eliza sacrificed herself to become the host for Osiris' resurrection. However, once the homeworlder diplomat Mortega was also threatened, the Walking Mensch rescued them with the 59th Time Fleet. During this confrontation, Lolita stuck into the laboratory and contributed some of her own biodata to the resurrecting Osiris. Osiris' resurrection within Eliza's body was completed, and he was accepted by the Osiran court as Horus. Horus overpowered Sutek using the power derived from Lolita's biodata. Lolita planned to rule the Osiran court through Horus. The War King brought Justine back to the homeworld and tried to give her House Paradox's old seat on the War Council, but Lolita challenged the War King's judgment, rallying public support behind her. As Justine fled the homeworld, Lolita devoured the king and became War Queen. The queen would later attempt to escape Lolita's interior using Sabbath Day, but did not succeed. After Sutek and Horus both agreed that the Osiran throne would go to the victor of a time war, Justine and Horus worked together to capture Sutek and Lolita in a temporal trap that had ended with Sutek's imprisonment in a pyramid and Horus' death by using his army of 700 Osirans to deal with Lolita. After this, he told Justine that she would no longer be a problem for them. Indeed, this time war was partially fought on 18th century Earth, where Compassion previously predicted the last stand against House Lolita would be made. Audio, Sabbath Day. These are names that were meant to be said out loud. Oh my god. That was great. That was great. Nothing can top that. Nothing can top that. So, is everyone excited for like Rogue later? Oh dear. All right, I'll do another one. I'll do one more. I'll do one more. Do a little cheeky one more. Oh dear. I will come back to you, War in Heaven. We'll do another segment one day. Oh, for fuck's sake. That is not better. That is not better. God damn it. Oh god. Oh my god. Speaking of dot and bubble. That was clever. I like that. That's cute. There's a, come on. There are no results for Adolf Hitler. Oh no. I'm really sorry to disappoint you all, but it doesn't look like there's any results for Adolf Hitler. Unfortunately. So we're going to have to move. There must be a timer. Germania LX. Yeah, but even if I type Adolf Hitler in, it says nothing. And I'm not going to keep saying the name out loud. You know what YouTube's like. It's weird because, like, you can be an actual Nazi and say Nazi shit and they're fine. But, like, if I mention Hitler, even in a negative context. I found it, I think. Hold on. Do have quite negative feelings towards the Nazis, it has to be said. Not a fan, I don't stand it, I don't co-sign it. A little bit cringe, if you ask me. I think it's very cringe to be a Nazi. Just embarrassing, sort your life out, you know what I mean? Anyway. Let's spin the wheel again. And all you guys who work on the TardisWiki, Wiki, who I know watch this show, you wonderful people, get that one up and we'll look it up on Tuesday, yeah? Yeah! Wheels! Yeah! I'm looking it up, peoples. Wheels! Hang on. This one's funnier. The Wheels on the Bus was a song the 7th Doctor once led a bus full of passengers in a rendition of the song. The 11th Doctor cited the following slightly modified passage from the song on the Great Wheel, the mothership of the Armstrongs. The wheel on the bus goes round and round. Let's have a look at the wheel on the bus. The Great Wheel. Oh wow! Oh wow. You know what though? You know what? I still bet that Alan could kick its fucking teeth in, right? Yeah. You know Alan would make that bitch wheel bite the curb. Sorry, got a little bit of wheel competitiveness there. I don't know what came over me. Just, you know, my boy. I love my boy and I feel the need to like defend him. Thank you, Alan. We love you, Alan. We love you so much. Anyway, the Great Wheel was a spaceship that was the home of the Armstrong race, and their home planet was lost in the early stages of the eternal dogfight. It was the size of a planet. The Great Wheel possessed its own artificial atmosphere. In particular, it was safe to open doors leading to space. Transportation within the Great Wheel was often performed by means of force-propelled jetpacks. In 2015, the Great Wheel and the Jarodic Mothership approached Earth and were engaged in this eternal battle. The Armstrong Sacred Library, housing the Armstrong Law Museum, was on board the Great Wheel. Yeah. Okay, this has been Tardis Wiki. Try directly from chat, Adolf Hitler, Germania. Alright. I was about to end the fucking show, but I'm going to give this one more go because I love you people. We're going to look. I found it! Yes! We eating good today, boys! Whoop, whoop! Okay. This guy, Germania LX8. Is that 38? In a parallel universe known as Germania, Adolf Hitler was an international socialist rather than a Nazi. What? And an author of Mein Kapital. He came to power up. Oh, I get it. That's really fucking funny. Who wrote this? Oh, no. So, like, is the implication that, like, he thinks that, like, National Socialism and, like, just being a Marxist are that similar? I don't know. Sounds a bit liberal to me. After the formation of the Greater German Reich, forces from Germania won, deposed the communist. Hitler put out a National Socialist Hitler in his place. The native Hitler was left to roam the streets of Dresden, often beaten up by civilians. He was eventually killed by Marcus Americanus Scripta. Jesus Christ. I need to read this book. That sounds fucking crazy. I get that it's a pun on my camp and Das Kapital, but the title does make sense. Ah, yeah. Makes no sense. It doesn't? I don't know German. I don't speak German. I speak American. No, it's just a weird interdimensional coincidence, like a mirror universe Hitler who's the opposite of the Rick. Oh, okay, that's fine then. That's funny. I'm fine with that. Surely Unser Kampf would have worked better. Probably. Horseshoe. Oh my god. Fucking horseshoe theory. Yeah. You see those guys who want to, like, protect minority rights, and those guys who want to put minorities in death camps. Yeah, they're the same. Fucking liberals. Anyway, let's on that fucking lovely note, this has been TardisWiki Wiki Roulette, bringing the hottest takes and the coldest takedowns this side of the wibbly wobbly timey wimey universe, or what the fuck ever, I don't know. Look, I'm going. Okay, it's been a great show, but it's over now. Rogue is on in a bit, and I can't wait to watch it. All of you can go and enjoy that. Thank you for showing up. I'll see you in the Discord. Bye.